Now, can you spot the difference between these two lines? Your skin will appear to look younger. You will have fewer wrinkles. The difference between these two claims is substantial because it is a difference between how the product can work based on what's in it. But I think for the average consumer looking at those two claims, both of them might say the same thing to them. There is a world of difference between the two claims, however, because you will appear to look younger is a cosmetic claim. This is a product that when you use, as regulated by the FDA, the statement that it will just make you appear to look more youthful based on applying it to your skin. Say, for example, you use a moisturizer and your skin just happens to have a little more turgor in it, so your wrinkles look a little less apparent. That might make you appear to look younger, but there is no alteration in the underlying structure or function of your skin to achieve that appearance. Your skin will have fewer wrinkles, on the other hand, is an implication that there is an alteration in either the structure or function of your skin that results in the fewer wrinkles claim, which means that this is a drug. So there's a difference between a cosmetic claim and a claim that actually is related to an active ingredient that can actually work. This is what confuses most consumers, especially when you look at before and afters of different products, and you'll say, gosh, I want to look like that. I want to have less wrinkles because it appears that way. But again, if you put anything on your skin, Vaseline on your skin, you will appear to look younger because that product sitting on your skin can fill in some of those grooves and crevices to make it seem that way. But again, there's no alteration in the structure or function of the skin to actually give you a long-term benefit from the use of a cosmetic product. As a cosmetic product, the FDA has only evaluated these products in terms of safety, but not efficacy or effectiveness. When there is a claim made that says there's going to be fewer wrinkles because of a change or alteration in the structure or function of your skin, then the FDA does regulate these products much closer to evaluate them for both safety and efficacy or effectiveness. That's always a little bit better because of course you're going to prefer a product that actually does what it says it can do or is capable of doing so, and that it's actually been regulated to ensure that it meets that guidance. So this is where it's really important before you purchase a product to really evaluate the claim made by the product and the ingredients in a product to see if those products could even achieve what they claim to achieve. Ultimately, the challenge here is that the anti-aging industry is out of control, and there's so many products out there that really can just say, gosh, you put this on and you'll appear to look younger, because it can give you that youthful appearance for a day or two, or alternatively make your skin swell a little bit temporarily to make it appear that way, but there's, again, no long-term benefit from you. The other thing to take into consideration is not only where the ingredients are listed on the general ingredients, or is it listed on the active ingredients, because those two ingredient labels are slightly separated when you look at your packaging. If there is an active ingredient listed, then that seems to imply that those ingredients are in there in measurable concentrations to provide a measurable outcome, a result that you're looking for. When it's not listed under the actives, then yes, it's present. The question does become how much is present. Sometimes you can look at product manufacturing websites and they might disclose it. You have a better sense of what's there. But also remember, there's a lot of fairy dusting in different skincare products where it'll say there's retinol in there, for example, but do you know if it's a concentration of retinol that could achieve a result, or is it a splash of retinol just to say it's present but doesn't actually achieve anything? So really be critical of skincare products in terms of the ingredient label and not just lofty claims, because this is where people waste a lot of money. So what does this all mean? And it really does mean that you have to look at products through a different lens. When you look at a claim made by a product, really sit down and think, is this claim that really is something that says it's going to achieve something that is a long-term benefit that I will benefit from? and not that you're assigning a hope or an expectation to the product that you're hoping to achieve out of the product, because it just kind of gives you flowery language that suggests that you could get there. And I worry about that because I have so many patients that come in with bags of products, or I know that so many of you out there have drawers of products that you've tried a few times or tried even for a month and it just didn't do what it was said it was going to do, and you kind of drop it and go into the next one. If you want to date your skincare like that, that's fine. But if you really want to choose a product that does what it's supposed to do, that's when you marry your skincare. And that's when you decide, okay, I'm going to choose a product that actually can achieve an outcome that I want. It's perfectly okay to use products that are only going to make you appear to look better when you use them, because again, you're getting a benefit temporarily. But again, it's assigning an expectation that you think you're going to get more out of it, and not understanding sometimes that sometimes with the heftier price tags, if it still says you're only going to appear to look younger, then is it really even worth that price tag in the first place?
I think the best way to shop for a retinol product is probably not going into the store directly, because it is really overwhelming to go through all of those anti-aging aisles. Head over to your favorite beauty store's website and type retinol in the search engine. You can see here that we got 348 results. But then drop down to skincare and then take a look further for the ones that are listed under treatments and serums. After clicking here, you can see that there are quite a few treatments and serums still there. And actually, we went through and evaluated all of those remaining serums to make sure which ones actually had retinol in them. Out of the 94 in this search, what we found was really interesting, and that actually only about 54 of these actually had retinol in them. Several of them had other ingredients. For example, bakuchiol, which is often listed as a phytoretinol or a bioretinoid. So it was very tricky to actually navigate which ones were actually retinol. When we then went through those 54 that actually had retinol listed as an ingredient, we then went through to see which ones had retinol listed as an active ingredient. Interestingly, not a single one had retinol listed as an active ingredient, and only about 19 of these products listed the percentage of retinoid or retinol or retinal that was present within the product. So you can see how challenging it is to shop for retinol containing products, because really only 35% of the retinols listed here had measurable concentrations of retinol in there, but were also not listed on the active ingredient side of the label. This is really important because it is what impacts whether or not the product can make a claim as to reducing the number of wrinkles that you have versus just visibly reducing the appearance of wrinkles. So every single one of these retinol-containing products only made claims about minimizing the appearance of your wrinkles. Not a single one made a claim to actually reverse or restore your skin's prior appearance. So you can see just how challenging this process is. To really demonstrate how you should go through a product, we'll click here on this product. If you take a look, if we magnify the bottle, it tells us the concentration of retinol is 0.25%. Then we go down into the details of the product. You can see here that it helps smooth the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It tells us again the concentration of the retinol in the product, and you can see how carefully they word the claim here, and that it will help fight the look of fine lines and wrinkles. So this is where it's really difficult, because you can also see that retinol in the ingredient label is listed with the rest of the ingredients, but not listed separately as an active. So really judge your skincare very carefully and decide which product is right for you. For retinol, we have another video on this, as well as a blog post that can go through this in more detail, but also it's a really good idea just to talk to your dermatologist